Now our task is going to be to create an alternate ending that matches with the heavy push. What we'll do is have the character stretch back and forth in relief that he's finally done pushing this crate all the way back. So let's first focus on the center of the character's body, and we'll hide the arms and hands. Great, and now we could go to the center of gravity, and in our perspective and graph editor view, let's just focus on the translate Y, Z, the rotate X, and the rotate Y. Okay. So at about frame 209, let's have him rotate back. Okay. Okay, like he's really stretching, and then we'll also want him to translate forward so he'll stay balanced, and down. So he's so his legs aren't locking up. Okay, so here's what we get, and we can actually delete a few of our keys. So let's do that. What we can do is delete this key on the rotate X on frame 199. Let's get rid of that. And then let's also delete this key on 203 of the translate Y. So he's moving down. Great. Okay, then we're going to want him to stretch a little bit more. Okay, and we'll have him do that on 218. So we'll have him move back a little bit more on 218. And also translate him forward and down some more there. Okay, so here's what we get as we scrub through. And then on 238, we'll have him move forward. So rotate him forward. And we'll make sure to translate him back. So again, he'll stay balanced, and also translate him up. Not too much, because we don't want the legs locking up. So let's see how this looks when we hit play. Great, that's looking pretty good, and I think we can even adjust some of our tangency to get a better flow. Okay, let's check out the tangency of the translate Y. Yeah, maybe we can take this key down on 209. Great. Then as far as the Z goes, let's take this key on 209 and bring that up too to fix the flow there. Now with the rotate Y, we could go there now. And what we're going to have him do is, as he's moving back on 209, at about 218, we're going to have him rotate a little bit to his left. And then at 238, we're going to have him rotate more face towards us, just slightly. So at the end, he's going to be looking more towards us. And then we can adjust this key on frame 209. So here's what we get now. If we go ahead and show our curves, come out of curve mode. We just hit F8. Actually went into curve mode there, but that's fine. And now we could just hide our curves and hit play to check out how our animation's looking now. So he stretches back and then moves forward. Great. So now we can go ahead and work on animating the rest of the upper body, and we'll move on to the back next. Okay, so we'll go to our perspective view and go to the rotate X here of the back. Okay, that's all we really need to focus on. And also on frame 209, let's have him rotate a little bit more back there. Okay, and just as the character's coming up, we'll have some little bit of follow through in the back as he's coming back. So on 227, let's bring him back a little bit more. And then on 238, let's rotate him more forward. Okay, like that. Great. Then we could take this key on frame 209 and bring that down, the tangency, to fix the flow there. And let's see how the animation's looking when we hit play. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. I think one thing we can do is actually take up the rotate X of the center of gravity so he's not moving that far down. Let's do that. And we'll see how that looks when we hit play. Great. So that's looking pretty good. And now we could go ahead and move on to the chest. So let's go there, and for the chest, what we can do is take these keys on 209 and let's delay them some so that they are now lying on 211. Okay, the rotate X and Y. We'll bring back the X a little bit more. Okay, and just as the character is moving forward, on about frame 228, we'll go to the rotate X and have them move back a little bit more, and then forward on 238. Great. And then we're also going to want to adjust the rotate Y of the chest as well. So on frame 228, we could just go there, rotate him slightly to his left, and then on 238, a little bit more to the right. Okay, and then we can adjust our tangency to fix the flow, and then do a playback to see how it looks. So let's go into our perspective view so we can see a nice view of it. And since we're just focusing on the end, we can fix our range slider up and hit play from here to check out how our animation's looking. Great, it's looking pretty good. As far as the character's stretch, let's have him translate forward a little bit more in the center of gravity as he's coming forward. So we'll go to the Translate Z and select this key on 238, and let's go ahead and move it up a little bit more. Okay, and we could also adjust our tangency. Just went ahead and undid that and fixed the tangent handle so he's not going that far back. Okay, so when we hide our curves again, start back and hit play, here's what we get. Great, we're getting this nice stretch now. Alright, so we're going to stop the lesson here, and in the next lesson we'll work on animating the character's head.